Welcome, my friend, to my Friday, 6 a.m. Friday, March 28, 2025. We're on the road, a little later than normal. I adjusted my sleep time, right? Like last week to edit at night, go to bed later, wake up later, get up and go to work. And for the few days that I did that, it worked out great. I thought that was the win. Problem is, like days like the last 2 days or I should say a couple days this week, including last night, where my night gets away from me and I don't get to edit. And so like last night, it was 9:15 when I was going to bed and I hadn't edited yet. Well, 9:15 is like my normal bedtime if I'm getting up at 3:30 to edit. Well, I got into bed and didn't adjust my alarm. So my alarm is set for 4:30 instead of 3:30. So I woke up about 5 minutes before 4:30. And that's when I realized, like, oh, I gotta get up and edit. Now, thankfully, you know, yesterday's vlog was a short one. So it didn't take me very long to edit, didn't take me very long to encode or upload. But nevertheless, here we are on the road at 6 a.m. So you can see how an extra hour would have been nice, because then I'd be leaving, you know, a little after 5. Anyway, you get my point. But it's Friday, and it's tax day. Not looking forward to that. Mainly just because it's just 2 hours of just wasted time. I thought last year there was an option to like send everything off and just like they'd do it, you know. But I don't remember why I decided not to do that. I think it's because like I'd rather her be there to ask me questions instead of me just assuming I know everything. I don't remember. Anyway, we're going to see our tax lady. Usually it's a 2 to 3 hour thing. Actually, last year was quick because I did my due diligence and I had everything kind of all my ducks in a row. And there was only a couple of things I had to like look up and research that I'd forgotten about. So as long as I have time today to do that, then tonight shouldn't be that long. We can hope, though. Cross fingers. The good news is also it's Friday. I typically don't have any orders that come to my phone, and tomorrow is one of our slowest days, so there's not that many orders in general. So my brother will most likely have the orders all put in, so I don't have to worry about getting back home to get orders in. So that's good. Anyway, let's go pick up mushrooms. On the road this late, got to see the sunrise hitting the clouds. I don't know how much it's translating. This is a wide angle lens, but yeah, nice little sunrise action there.
8 hours later.
Oh, hi, hello. It's 2:30 on the road. Gonna make a couple stops along the way. Little hiccups, mistakes made. It happens. Our methods and procedures are so chaotic that mistakes happen quite often. Anyway, did not get a chance. I've just been go the entire time. Have not had a chance to finish up my tax prep. So I've got 2 hours to get it done, which honestly, it should be enough time. But I'm getting hungry, and since my appointment's from 4:45 to 6:45-ish, call it 7, that's pretty much dinner time. So I definitely am going to have to get something in my stomach when I get home, just to hold me over. And yeah, kind of had a rough morning, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what triggered it, but at some point I just got real crabby, and I don't know, kind of got in my head. I put on music, and I listened to music when I was shopping at Costco, because I just, like, if I'm in a good mood, podcast. I'll listen to a podcast all day, right? But when I need motivation, when I need like to move, like speed, focus, I put on music. And the music changes, the genre, the style, whatever. Today was Catastro, because it just makes me happy. And then I got to my car, and I don't know, I realized something, not a big deal, but it was just enough to push me over the edge, and I just got really like somber. I even got like kind of like, not, I don't want to say it was like a panic attack or anxiety. It wasn't that, but it was just this rush of like almost like a heat flash, hot flash, where I just like got this wave of like, fuck, like, damn it, like just, and it actually kind of triggered. I kind of, I didn't cry, but I got that kind of like choked up feeling in my face. I'm just like, fuck, and I just like kind of had to shake it off and got Depot and continued listening to my music, and everything was okay. And I actually, the girl that checked me out at the register, I smile and I say good morning to everyone, and she said good morning, and she said good morning, and then she smiled. Like when she said good morning, and then she looked at me and she saw me smiling. It made her smile, and she said, "You always make my day better when I see you." And I was like, okay, why is that? She goes, I don't know. You just, I don't know. You just seem like you always smile and are nice. And I said, well, I tried not to be an asshole. Like that's my goal. That's my whole goal in life is not to be an asshole. But I said, good. I'm glad that I have a positive effect on your day. And so we come back around in the afternoon, and she's still there, obviously. And we get back in her line, and she's, to be fair, she's young. She honestly, she reminds me of Sierra. She's got to be. When she started working at Restaurant Depot, she made a comment how she just got her first, like, she moved out of the house for the first time. So she's got to be like 20, 21, ish, somewhere in that time frame. She's very young. Like I said, she reminds me of Sierra. In fact, I said something to her one time. Again, it doesn't matter how old they are, male, female. Like I smile and say good morning, good afternoon, how you doing? And all the workers know us. We go there twice a day, 5 times a week. So it's just one of those things where I don't know. It made me smile when she said it this morning. It kind of made me feel better. Like she made me feel better, right, by saying that I had this kind of a positive effect on her. And so we saw her in the afternoon, and it's the other way around. She smiled and said good afternoon. What's up? How's it going? Like, welcome back. And I asked her how, what'd she have for lunch? Because I saw her come back from her lunch break. She was still like chewing her food when she clocked in. I was like, what was that lunch, huh? And so I don't know. Just that's how my day went, and she kind of played a pivotal role there of kind of putting a smile on my face. I've only talked to Tiffany briefly, and so I don't know what the plans are this weekend, if we have any at all. It's cloudy, really, really cloudy, so I don't know if there's rain in the forecast. It'd be super dope if there was rain. Cool things off a little bit. But I definitely want to play some New World. I haven't really played in a couple of weeks now, and I enjoy it. It's my release. There's a couple of movies that have come out, some comedy specials, stand-ups that I want to watch. I'm kind of going to tell Tiffany, like, I'm okay if we don't really do anything this weekend. I feel like the last couple of weekends have been go, and I feel like I haven't really sat and just kind of relaxed. I definitely need that. Maybe even some hot tub if it's not too hot. The mornings have been cool. Like, I think it was like 65 this morning when I woke up, which is kind of crazy because, well, I guess it's cooled down. It was 65 this morning. It's only 78 right now. The high today is 80. It was 97 2 days ago. So the temperature just fluctuating like crazy. But hot tub would be nice. Again, haven't done that in a while. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the plans are this weekend, but I'd be okay if it was nothing. Just a weekend at home chilling. Definitely gonna be cooking some food though. I don't know what yet. I brought some veggies. I got some veggies in the back seat. I'm bringing home just to do some. Tiffany even said just do some stir-fry vegetables and then have them in the fridge for for whatever. I like that idea. Yay, traffic! In other news, I decided to order Chipotle. So I just put it in a bowl. I'm gonna try the new honey chicken. I'm excited to try that. Bryce got it one time. I took a piece of the chicken. I enjoyed it, loved it. So I'm ordering myself my own bowl. It's 2:30. I eat it now at about 3 because it said it'd be ready about 2:50, and I'll get to my destination at 2:42. So that gives me 8 minutes It gives me like a couple minutes just to say hi, drop off what I need to drop off, and then head over to Chipotle, pick it up, go home, eat. Even if that'll cover me all the way until after the taxes. I'm almost confident, and then I can just have something light when I get home after taxes. Because I assume Tiffany's gonna be snacking and eating. She won't go the way. That's too late for her to eat. So then I can just come home and have a bowl of ramen. So I got to my customer and dropped off the items that he needed, and also I needed to do a swap. I accidentally rung in a whole cumin, and he needed ground cumin. That was just a simple mistake. Actually, I think what I did was I rang it in as whole because I wasn't sure. He just said cumin, and I was like, well, do you need whole or do you need ground? And I rang it in, I think, as whole, waiting for his response. He responded to me, but then I never went back and changed it. But anyway, easy swap. But it's Friday, and on Fridays, the owner feeds his employees. He cooks for them. He personally cooks for the staff every Friday. And there's been, I don't know, a dozen times I've come in on Friday, and he's like, hey man, I'm making such and such. You want one? I'm like, and sometimes I'm like, no, I'm good. I got plans, or no, I just ate, or whatever. But most of the time, the timing works out where I'm like, actually, that sounds awesome. He's done shrimp po' boys before. He's done pho. Actually, one of his cooks did pho because she used to work at a Vietnamese restaurant, so she knew like the authentic like broth and like the recipe. So she made like amazing pho. And I sat there with the employees having pho. He's made like barbecue. So today, he goes, do you like Awa's chili? Do you like spicy food? Do you like Awa's chili? I was like, oh, dude, Awa's chili and ceviche are like some of my favorite foods, right? They're up there as my favorite Mexican foods. And so he gives me a little bowl of it, and it was lights out, fire. I drank the juice. It was so good. And then he goes, I forget what he called it. It's basically a deconstructed like elote, right? It's in a, you put it in a bowl and you eat it with a spoon, but it's creamy. It's got this rich, like, you know, creamy like mayo and cheese base with corn and oh. So here I am eating all this. I'm like, I got a Chipotle waiting for me. So we're pulling in here to get a Chipotle, but I'm like, that actually just took the edge off. I probably could have just gone home and had like a couple of beef sticks and been good, but now I'm like, well, fuck it. I ordered Chipotle. The good news is I still have that gift card. I'm still chipping away at that gift card, so it's technically still free. And this will be the first time I actually ordered and I'm picking up from the Chipotlane. The Chipotlane. Funny enough, I still haven't tried Angie's, and not because I don't want to. I do. Like I said, I need to do like a mukbang and try their whole menu. I mean, realistically, if you think about it, we don't eat out very often. We're big. Tiff is big on cooking big meals with leftovers, and the timing and whatnot of me getting home, and the time that Tiffany gets home. We just don't eat out very often. And if we do, it's a very particular, very specific, you know. Tiff would rather sit at a bar, have chips, salsa, margaritas, right? Not actually sit down. We never do fast food. So if I'm gonna do that, it's gonna be on me. Look at this Corvette. Oh my God, I love the color. It's like a pearl green. Oh, it's sick. Super sick. That's actually the first Corvette that I like the way it looks. I've never been a huge Corvette fan, but that's sick. Oh, okay, so real quick, I walked in the door, Bryce is already downstairs, so we just ended up talking the entire time. I'm stuffing my face, eating my Chipotle. I'll show you a picture real quick. Like, anyone that complains about their Chipotle being chintzy or light, not out here. This thing was overflowing. Literally, as I'm opening the top, I'm getting like sour cream on my fingers and salsa because it was overflowing. So very happy with my Chipotle bowl. That honey chicken is great. I'm stuffed. I am absolutely stuffed. It was so good though. But anyway, talked video games with Bryce for the last half hour. He talked about Apex. He's back into Apex Legends on his PC. So that's his new hotness right now. But anyway, I'm on the laptop going through real quick. I was smart last year, and I had a spreadsheet with all my finances on it. So I just duplicated that, and I'm using that as a template, and we're going to bang this out here real quick. I'm going to throw some music on and, head down, focus up, and get this done. Done with taxes. Time for dinner. Well, bad news. We owe a lot in taxes this year. My business side, almost exactly the same as last year. Like numbers down the line, almost exactly the same. So it wasn't anything there. Even though we didn't have like nearly as many deductions, because we didn't really do any traveling. I didn't really buy any equipment. I bought this camera. I thought I bought this camera last year, but I guess I bought it in 23? I couldn't find the receipt. I don't know. I'm so confused. Not that it would have made a huge of a difference, but yeah. What really messed this up is working with my dad. I messed with my taxes, and like I thought I was doing myself a favor, and I ended up screwing myself. I got hardly any taxes taken out my paychecks. And so that hurt us. And then Tiffany, she made a little more than last year, but like she owes way more in taxes. And we went over like 2 or 3 times, like, what did we do different? What did we claim last year that we're not claiming this year? What were her numbers last year? And we're going back and forth, and everything kind of seemed the same. And the accountant was like, look, like, I'll break it down for you. And she just went down like this year to last year, and she went down the list, and she's like, you made more money here, you made more money here, you claimed this, do you have one of these this year? We're like, no. Okay, well, that was a deduction. You had this last year, did you have one of these this year? We're like, no. That's another deduction. And it was just one of those things where across the board we just got ding 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 ding, and it's like, and on top of that, it's so freaking expensive to do taxes. I know I have an S corp, and so that alone is expensive. But then, because Tiffany is a 1099, like she doesn't get a W-2 because she's doing all these like contractor jobs, and that's all she's doing. Hers costs, like, our personal taxes cost as much as my business taxes, which is insane. Like, it's never been like that. But that's why, because she's not filed the same. Oh man, I'm just like. So, like, first we get hit with the tax bill, and then we get hit with the bill, and we're just like... And then what's worse is, like, I went in, and I already fixed my taxes on my paycheck. So, starting next week, my paycheck's going to be way less because I'm not getting I'm getting all my taxes taken out. Like, which rightfully so, but it's like, bam, less money coming each week. Tiffany's going to go back to... taking a percentage of her revenue, which she did that the first year, and then we got money back. So she's like, oh well, now we got this money in the savings, which we have money in savings. That's not the point. The point is she stopped taking as much out because the last 2 years we haven't owed, and so you're like, okay, well, there's no reason to save all this money for taxes. Well, then of course this year's the year that we get hit with the taxes, and when she didn't save, she wasn't saving the money, and so it's just like, it's just frustrating. And of course, we're going back going like, okay, well, is there any other deductions, or is there anything else that we can claim? And we're just going down the list, and it's like, no, like, we got it all. We've downsized our life. We've downsized so much, and you don't realize how many of those little things. Like, it's like the first year I had my business. The first year I was full-time YouTube. It was December, and my accountant came back to me and said, hey, look, you have a week left at the end of the year. You need to spend $10,000 in equipment, or you're going to owe, I don't know, like $12,000, $15,000 in taxes. So they're like, so you can either go spend $10,000 on like camera equipment and, stuff for your business, and which will be a write-off, and then what you'll owe in taxes will be like a fraction of what, of that. Or you can just write a check to Uncle Sam for like $12,000. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. They're like, it doesn't, but it's because it was my first year as a business, which is the biggest write-off you get is your first year. And because I made so much money the first year, that was not taxed, right? Because there's no taxes with YouTube. You have to pay your own taxes. So it was just like it was like the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's like, so I bought like GoPros and lenses, and I think I bought my first drone, and like I had to spend 10 grand. I had to spend 10 grand. And then I think I only paid like, I don't know, like $3,500, $4,000 in taxes. So like in the grand scheme of schemes, I paid a little bit more than I would have just straight taxes, but I had all the equipment, and that was the point. But that's how the taxes work. That's why you hear about millionaires and billionaires paying no taxes, because they know how to work the system where there's all these write-offs and there's all these credits, and you pay the right accountant, you that's what happens. So again, first world problems, I know, but I'm no longer in that first world category. So I'm we have to reassess some things this year, because that we were not expecting that tax bill for sure. Anyway, I was getting gas and heading home. It's freaking late. Thankfully, I don't have any orders to put in, but man, I'm just beat. Rough day on top, and then to end it like this is just a gut punch, man. Like I'm down, and they're kicking me while I'm down. Oh man. All right, it's 10:04 p.m. Tiff and I were just kind of debriefing after dinner, and I was just catching up with Bryce. He's playing some new game he found on Steam for sale. He's loving that. Trying to get his friends to jump in and play with him, but and I'm not sure where Sierra's at. I don't know if she's here or not. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm just kind of mentally drained from all the chaos today. Yeah? I already did. I'm good. Well, I guess I didn't need that. I mean, I guess I had some already because I picked up the phone and like jumped like 300. So yeah, I'm good. I just was pacing around talking to Bryce. Making sure I get my steps in because I missed them yesterday. So gotta hit them all the next couple of days. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm sorry I didn't have a better vlog for you today, but tomorrow's Saturday, which means it's gonna be better. The next 2 days are gonna be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So come on back tomorrow and let's hang out.